Well, hey guys, good morning. Hope you're having a great day. It's Friday morning. I just walked out of my accountability group. Many of you know that I meet every Friday morning at 6 o'clock with 3 guys, and we've been doing this for decades now. We talked about something I think that's pretty important. I've got one topic I want to talk to you about, and that's it. I'm going to make this short, but I want to see if some of you guys want to go along with us in this. I'm embarrassed to admit that about a month ago, I got a speeding ticket. I went to traffic court this past Monday, and I sit and listen. I actually learned a lot. There was about a 3.5-hour class that I had to attend to try to get it expunged off my record because I didn't want it to go against my insurance, so I elected to go to the class. But at the end of the class, there was about a 5-minute video. There was a lady on the video that talked about her son, 16 years old, that was killed by a drunk driver. And it really resonated with me because many of you guys know my story and you've heard my testimony before back in 2001 where a pedestrian walked out in front of me and I ran over and killed the pedestrian. Now, it wasn't my fault. He just didn't see me, and so clearly it wasn't my fault. But when I started thinking through that, my cell phone came to my mind, and I've been guilty in the past of using the cell phone inappropriately, and I've texted when I shouldn't have texted, or I've answered a reply, or whatever you fill in the blank for you on using your cell phone. But I told that story this morning to my accountability group, and we made a commitment to each other that we were going to put our cell phones in the console, only maybe answer the phone, but no texting, no Facebook, no messaging, no distractions. And here's the reason I want to issue the challenge to you guys as well. I don't want to go to a parent someday and look at them and sit down across the table and say, "I'm sorry, I killed your son." Now, I know that's a little bit different from normal messages that I try to give you guys, but it's sincere. It's from my heart this morning. The truth is too many of us are using our cell phones inappropriately. And you're like, "Man, hey, I got that. I wouldn't do that. I use it in a responsible manner. I'm always texting at the appropriate time." Listen, I know personally, listen to me, I know what that feeling is like to run over and take somebody's life. And if I had been doing something that I shouldn't have been doing, I would have never gotten over it. You don't get over it anyway. Even the accident that I experienced 16 years ago, I didn't get over it. God just gave me the grace to be able to deal with it. But if I had to go and sit down in front of a parent and say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't see your son run out in front of me on his bicycle," or whatever, hit a car and take somebody's life as a result of me texting on my phone and being distracted, I know I would never get over that. There's no way you would get over that as well. So I guess what I'm asking you to do is go along with us in our accountability group and say, "You know what, Big A, I'm guilty of that too. I've done that far too long. It's a problem for me as well." And I'm going to tell you, I started doing this last Monday, putting my phone in the console of my car, and it's been difficult. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. So many times I want to pull it out and make that text or reply to somebody or make that call, and I'm just not going to do it. It's just not worth the risk. It's the very thing that I talk to you guys all the time. Let's make intelligent decisions. Let's don't look back and say, "I'm sorry, I won't do it again," but let's look forward and say it's best, right? Well, I want you to reply maybe on this thread and say, "You know what, I'm in with you. I'm going to raise my hand and I'm going to do that. We'll hold each other accountable. We'll share this. We'll help." We have got to get control of this because each and every day I see people driving off the road. They're coming in my lane. A guy almost hit me head on the other day, and when he come over the hill, he was on his phone. I saw him. I saw what he was doing. It's really serious, and I want you to hear me more so serious with this than any message that I've put out there, anything that I've talked to you about. It's become an epidemic because we're so accustomed to using our cell phones. So I won't beat it in the bushes. I won't harp on you too much, but I want you to reply to this and say, "Hey, I'm with you. I'm going to do the same thing." Also, my granddaughter saw me the other day text, and she said, "Big A, I didn't think you were supposed to do that." well, how can I be the leader to my family and to my grandkids? How can I teach my granddaughter not to do that? I'm teaching her how to drive right now. How can I teach her not to do something that I'm guilty of doing myself? Our kids are watching us, and we've got to be a good influence. Well, you guys get the message. You hear me loud and clear. Hopefully you'll come along this journey with us and our accountability group, and you'll make it a part of your daily life to where we don't use that cell phone as something that is going to be a distraction, because you don't want to sit down from that parent and say, I'm sorry. That doesn't bring their son back, right? And I don't want to have that conversation, and I know you don't as well. I'm Big A. Hope you have a good day. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. We'll see you.